Hey guys, Matt McQuinn here. Today we're going to talk about looking for lists of lawyers. Lawyers are one of those companies or one of those situations where they're often buried behind receptionists and people that schedule for them, and they're very, very difficult to get actual direct communication with. And so Coldlytics has a platform that allows you to request very specific details of the firm owners or partners of a firm, or specific lawyers at a firm. And that bypasses all the noise that you run into when you're looking for lists of lawyers. And you typically are getting, generic information for kind of their gatekeepers, if you will. So let's take a look at how we would build this list to find a very focused list of lawyers on my screen here. So let's open this up and keep rolling. Perfect. So we're going to go over to Coldlytics like usual. And if you guys don't have an account, just go to coldlytics.com. You can create a free account to follow along. We'll click on the new task button here, and we're going to select small businesses in this case. And you can set your country to whatever you want, or a city or a state, whatever it may be. In this case, we'll just take all of the United States and we'll click next. And then in the industry, we're going to search for lawyers. And we should see some lawyers pop up here in what we call our sanity check. So this is good. These are some law firms. That's great. We're on the right track so far, looking for lawyers in the US. Now, let's set our titles to owners and founders, or we can also mention partner as a job title, which would likely turn up under owners and founders. But if you want to specify that, you can. Or you can also look for lawyer or attorney right here. So we'll keep on going. We'll hit the next button, and now we're going to get into the filters. So let's come down here and do a couple of things. We're going to start with the website keywords filter. What this does is allows you to get very niche specific with this firm. So let's say you've worked in the past with a law firm that you did great work for, and they were into, let's say, immigration law. I had a client recently that was his scenario. He was looking for more immigration lawyers because he had a great case study doing lead generation for immigration law. So what you would do is you would come in here and you would type in immigration and select an option, select appears on the website. And let's say you're also comfortable in a couple of other specific niches, but you want these lawyers to be involved in at least one of these niches because you're going to perform better for them as a result. Then let's go with, maybe we'll mention family law as well, or personal injury. We can just add all of these in here like this. So let's go personal injury. Perfect. And make sure that appears on the website. So now we've got a very focused list of lawyers in the US who we have the right titles for. So we know we're getting the decision maker. And then we've also specified that they are very niche specific. They're going to at least be involved with one or multiple of these facets of law that are very specific and could be a different type of lead for you to work with. So if you want to get more specific from here, we can go on and filter this a little bit further. For many people, this will be enough, and you can go to the deliver step and request this list of leads. For other people, especially our marketing agency folks, what you might want to add here as well, if you're into marketing, guys, what you should do is come to Firmographics, scroll all the way to the bottom and go to advertisers. If you're selling pay-per-click services, so you're doing lead gen through Facebook ads or Google or LinkedIn ads, come in here and select each of these and make sure that they're advertising on at least one of these platforms, because most people who spend money on advertising aren't satisfied with the results that they're getting. Yet they still understand and appreciate the value of good advertising. And so they're spending money at a loss in many cases. So by identifying lawyers who are currently running ads, probably not as well as you would run them, you can then find a list of leads from us who you know are already advertising, and you can go look up their ads. And prior to reaching out to them, mention that in their copy, mention something specific about their ads, or at least know going into these cold conversations that this is a good prospect and they understand what you're going to want to talk to them about. So this is a great filter here. If you're more on the SEO side of marketing as an agency and you're into web development and building beautiful websites, then what you can also do is do a couple of other neat things like our technology filters. You can filter to find lawyers' websites who have been built on WordPress. So we can filter this down to say, hey, they have to have a WordPress website. And then let's say we want to talk about SEO and talk about speed optimization for their website. What we can do here is search for a page speed filter. And we can set this, let's go with maybe 3000 milliseconds, because Google has that 2-second rule. Anything 2 seconds or less is prioritized in Google's algorithm over websites that aren't. So you could talk about that in your cold email or cold outreach and have a knowledge of saying, hey, look, we know your website is slower than it should be. We know it's built on WordPress. We're WordPress experts. We would love to come in and just give you a few tips at no charge to help you get this thing up to speed. And if you'd like the implementation, we offer that as a service, but this is no cost to you. That's a powerful sales message. And it's not just the baloney BS that you get from everybody in cold outreach. This is really, really good stuff that is directly related to the needs that they have, right? So take advantage of these filters, use these to your advantage. We'll click on the deliver step now. We'll get into the data points that are available. So we've got the first and last name of the lead, the company that they're with, their job title there, their direct email address, a link to the firm's website, and a link, or rather the address for the business. Then on the available column here, we can add extra data points, such as a link to their LinkedIn profile, the company's phone number, their Google review score and count. If they've claimed that Google business profile, we can get you all that data too. It doesn't cost anything to do that. It's all included. The direct dial is an extra credit. It's the only premium data point at this time. And that's because it's a separate research project for our team to go out and find the actual direct mobile number or desk number for that specific lead. So if you're doing cold calling, you'll definitely want to get the direct dial and bypass, the gatekeeper with the general phone line up front. Then we've also got links to the social media profiles for the business that we can find you if you'd like. You might want to filter things based on revenue or headcount. So you can also add those. We didn't look at those filters earlier, but you can add those in the filter step. You can also just get that data from us just to kind of know where they stand. So the approximate annual revenue, the approximate headcount of the business, how old the business is when it was established. If they've got advertising pixels installed on their site, that can be another positive signal to say, hey, look, not only are they advertising, but they're tracking for conversions. So they maybe have half a clue as to what they're doing with this stuff. We can detect if they're using Google Analytics or if there's a checkout function on their website. So an e-commerce component to their website. Again, the WordPress filter. So you want to add that one in here because we added that. And then the page speed to know how quick or how slow their website is in this case. Now, another neat thing is, especially for the SEO guys, is we have search term, search location, and search position. What's going to happen is our team is going to go out and research based on lawyers in the United States, and we'll drill down into, we'll have to pick probably major cities. So let's say we're looking for lawyers in San Francisco or lawyers in Chicago. What we will do is we'll tell you with these data points right here that we searched for lawyers in Chicago, and that this was the location. So the search term was lawyers in Chicago, and their position was, when we searched for that, maybe it was position 5 or 28. They appeared on the list in X position. And again, something that you can take advantage of, put that in your cold email copy or your phone call to mention, hey, this is where you're ranking. We typically, want to see you move up to this level of ranking over X period of time with the right steps taken and the right actions taken. So if this looks good, we're going to click on the finish button here. We don't need to explain what we're doing because it's pretty straightforward. But if you did want to clarify anything here, you can mention that for us and the team will review your notes as well. We'll come down here to the untitled task now, and we'll call this US lawyers, and set our contacts required to however many you want. So if you're looking for 1,000, go ahead, enter 1,000. And if you're open to having multiple leads from the same business, so let's say, you could work with any one of these individual lawyers in a firm who want to run ads for themselves, opposed to just writing off a whole firm based on one contact, you could increase this and say, hey, look, I'm comfortable reaching out to up to maybe 3 or maybe even 5 people per firm, because any one of those lawyers will have a budget and potentially would be interested in having us run specific ads for them. So play with that if you want multiple leads from the same organizations. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and launch this task. So now you can see it's being allocated to our team. It's going to go out to the best researcher based on previous experience that we've had. So if you guys have any questions on how this process works or what the data is going to look like, happy to show you that. Actually, why don't we do just a quick little snippet here? Let's go to our data sample and we'll take a quick look at what that looks like as well. And then we'll wrap this up. So cold email data comparison. This is a list of plumbers that I'm going to show you here. This was pulled for Josh Nelson. He's given us the okay to share this list with other people as well, as a comparison of our product versus others. So you can see here all the different data points that were requested. This data was populated, and emails were validated. So anything that bounces that you get from us, we will credit back. So no sweat about buying data that doesn't work. And we deduplicate, so you'll never pay for the same leads twice. It's a very streamlined system. So I appreciate you guys watching this. If you guys do have additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And thanks for checking it out.